A handshake between US President Joe Biden and his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping, followed by a 3.5-hour-long meeting in Bali that led to some crucial statements from the two leaders. Most importantly, that nuclear war is out of question, a message sent clearly to President Putin from Bali, where the G20 countries have gathered for the 17th summit.
Reaffirmed our shared belief in the threat where the use of nuclear weapons is totally unacceptable.
The two also discussed Taiwan, as was expected, and while the US condemned the aggression by China, here's what the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson said was conveyed by President Xi to Biden. The Taiwan question is at the very core of China's core interests, the bedrock of the political foundation of China-US relations, and the first red line that must not be crossed in China-US relations. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived to a traditional welcome in the island of Bali for the G20 summit. From December 1, India takes over the presidency of the grouping from Indonesia. This symbol, featuring a lotus, was revealed earlier and will be the banner under which the India summit will be held in New Delhi next year. Members of the G20 represent 85% of the global GDP and over 75% of global trade. What's more, the group accounts for 75% of the world's population. The talks this time in Bali come in the wake of uneven post-pandemic recovery, debt vulnerabilities, and the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Specifically, in talks in Bali, the Prime Minister will participate in sessions on food, energy and security, digital transformation and health. Russia's President Vladimir Putin is absent from this G20 summit at a time when his country has suffered serious reverses in Ukraine, while Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky will make an appearance through a video link. India takes on the presidency of G20 at a very critical juncture, when the war in Ukraine is far from over and the knock-on effects are being felt in both the energy and the food sector to the extent that it threatens to plunge the world into a deeper economic crisis. Can India, that has managed its relationship well and skillfully over this year, both with Russia and the West, be able to veer the two sides towards dialogue and diplomacy to make a success out of the September summit next year? In Nusa Dua, Bali, this is Maha Siddiqui for NDTV.